Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today we're making a habanero hot sauce recipe. This is a hot sauce that's super popular with my friends and my spicy food loving neighbors. It's a base of habanero peppers, but we're adding some other ingredients and seasonings to really make it more interesting, more unique, and definitely super flavorful. So, all right, let me show you how to make it. All right, let's make some habanero hot sauce, my friends. So the story behind this particular hot sauce is I recently made about 7 different batches of habanero hot sauce. I've been sort of thinking if I may want to put out a hot sauce by Chili Pepper Madness, which I think would be pretty awesome. But I've been experimenting with different recipes, and I had myself a little hot sauce party with some friends and neighbors and chili head people that I know love spicy food. And this was one of the more popular variations that I made. It's got 9 different ingredients. A lot of sauces are real simple, like it's just the chilies with some vinegar and salt, and boom, that's super delicious. Nice sort of a Louisiana style hot sauce. But you can add lots of other ingredients to add flavor and complexity to your sauces. And this one was born from that particular process. So this recipe includes, here I have 3.5 ounces of chopped red habanero. So I love habanero peppers for, they're one of the best peppers for, they have a lot of sweetness and fruitiness and a good level of heat for the chili head in you. And I have 1 ounce of carrot. And a lot of people are surprised when they see that you're adding carrot to your hot sauce. Carrot's actually outstanding. It doesn't add carrot flavor too much, but it really adds body and some sweetness to it. And you'll be really surprised at the complexity that it really adds to your sauces. A lot of people do use it. Sweet potato is another popular one. So here I have 1 ounce of chopped garlic, 1 ounce of shallots. You can use onions, fine. Chopped. Everything's rough chopped here. And I have 1 cup of distilled white vinegar. And you can use other vinegars, but I'm using white for this particular recipe. A good flavored, simple. And I have some spices that I'm going to add to this. So I have a 1/4 teaspoon each of a sweet paprika into the pots, and a 1/4 teaspoon here of oregano, dried oregano, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Boom. Set it into your pot and just kind of give it a little swirl, mix it in there. And we're going to go ahead and heat this up and simmer it for about 10 minutes or so, really until everything gets nice and soft in there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. All right. And you don't really want to bring it to a boil, because then a lot of your liquid in there is going to evaporate off, and you might need to add more later. We may need to add a little water to thin it, but so all right, I'm going to let this simmer. I'm going to cover it, kind of keep everything in there for about 10 minutes till it's nice and soft, and then we will continue making some hot sauce. Hey, while this is simmering, you guys, I do want to talk about the notes here. I like to write down all my ingredients for making hot sauces. A lot of times you can just throw stuff into a pot and heat it up and process it, and you got yourself a great sauce. Hot sauce is really forgiving, honestly. Like, you can add more or less of things. But if your goal is to produce the same kind of sauce over and over again, it's really smart to write down your exact recipes, all your ratios, and make your sauce, write it down, taste and adjust, and say, you know what, I think this could use more garlic next time, or I think this could use double the peppers. I need way more peppers in there. That's awesome. But once you adjust and you get everything written down like this, you'll have your exact recipe, and it's super easy to scale. So if you ever do want to go commercial, for example, or bring a bunch of hot sauce to like a fair, sell it at your table, you can upscale it so easily and make big giant batches, or look for a commercial kitchen and have your recipe ready. All right, yep, look at that. Everything's softened up nicely, guys. So now let's get a food processor and process it up. All right, let's do this. I got my food processor all set up. So everything into your processor, like so. All right, so now let's go ahead and process it up. All right, check it out, my friends. Woo, little steam coming out of there, still nice and hot. But yeah, you can take a look and see the consistency of this hot sauce. It's pretty liquidy, very not too liquidy. It's still nice and thick, but not too much so. At this stage, what you could do, if it's not thin enough for your preference, you can add a little bit of water to it, and it'll thin it out and just process it to, get it to the consistency that you want to. You could also strain it. I usually don't like to strain too much with hot sauces, but you can strain out some of the extra pulp, and then you can dehydrate that pulp and make seasonings out of it. Or you can even add a little extra vinegar and thin it out that way. But if you do, make sure you write down on your recipe sheet so you can duplicate that recipe again if you want to. Other liquids work as well, something like citrus. That'll change the flavor a bit, but citrus is always pretty delicious with hot sauce. So this is a really good recipe on its own for sure. But I hope you guys will consider this as kind of a base recipe for you to play with. So you can vary up your ratios. You can try different vegetables in here, like sweet potatoes, very good. I know it might surprise you, but it's delicious. Try different seasoning blends, and really just kind of play around with it. Try adding fruits in here. I love it with pineapple or peach or mango. Mango, delicious with hot sauce. Anyway, so many different ways that you can totally change it up. But again, this recipe is seriously awesome on its own. So all right, let me get into a bottle. All right, first things first, let's get this over into a measuring cup so you can see how much we made with this particular recipe. All right, so this is about 1 cup of hot sauce finished. That's a good amount of hot sauce. So you can see we didn't really start with a lot of ingredients. Really just 3.5 ounces of habaneros, and that was about 5 good-sized red habaneros. But yeah, it's a good amount of hot sauce. So let's get into a bottle here. I've got, this is like a 5-ounce woozy bottle, and I get these online. I usually wind up losing them because I give them all away. All right, check it out. Got some hot sauce here. I filled, look at that, about 1.5 woozy bottles here, 5-ounce bottles. You can distribute as desired. But again, this is real easy to upscale if you want to make a double batch, triple batch to get all even bottles. No problem at all. But yeah, check it out. Habanero hot sauce. Smells delicious. You can use it right away. I like to usually let it cool. Maybe I'll refrigerate it for a little bit and let the flavors mingle a little bit. But yeah, that's good to go. So I think it's time to give it a taste. Ooh, look at that. Yes. Deliciousness. Habanero heat. That's got a lot of boom flavor. You guys are gonna love this one. Habanero hot sauce, my friends. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. But hey, if you do change it up, I'd love to hear what your secret ingredients are to really make it your own, if you want to share, that is. But hey, if you guys are looking for another hot sauce recipe, you got to check out my Louisiana style hot sauce video. That's a great recipe to build a base off of, and it's highly enjoyable. So all right, I hope to see you in the kitchen next time. Enjoy the hot sauce. Bye.